Welcome back to The Vibe. 970 degrees Celsius is the temperature needed to melt bronze, and it catapulted man from the Stone Age to the Bronze Age. And bronze holds special meanings in Chinese culture. Today we will follow one of China's most renowned bronze art masters to see how he's transforming history and shaping tomorrow. In this first episode, we take you to the beginning of his journey to see how his family tradition became a source of his most successful creations.
Hangzhou, capital of East China's Zhejiang province, boasts the largest number of bronze architectures. People can board a traditional cruise ship on West Lake or view the exquisite decorations at the Lingying Temple. And the man behind these bronze wonders is veteran artisan Zhu Bingwen. Zhu was born in Shaoxing City in Zhejiang province to an artisan family with over a century of tradition. The Zhu family was originally known for its literary traditions. Zhu Bingwen, one of the forefathers, was a famous original calligrapher. In 1875, brothers Zhu Bingwen and Zhu Yuxiang started their own workshop, selling bronzeware utensils. At the time, the move drew a certain amount of derision, but for Zhu Bingwen, the literary tradition is far from lost, but rather embedded in their bronzeware making.
作为工匠来说嘛，它又是有点文化的工匠，和一般工匠还是有点区别。
In Chinese culture, bronzeware was often regarded as the vessels of kings, signifying the mystery, solemnity, and majesty of the imperial court, royal power, and order. We could still get a glimpse of it with pieces like the sword of King Goujian of Yue from the spring and autumn period, and the chime bells from the tomb of Marquis Yi of Zeng from the Warring State period. Even after iron replaced bronze for weapons and utensils, bronzeware was still greatly valued and used. Zhu Bingwen believed that's why his ancestors started the workshop, and following generations carried on and improved the craft. And Zhu hopes to take a step further with his own visions. In 1995, he broke ground by creating the first bronze murals of Guanyin, the goddess of mercy. He later extended the use of bronze to calligraphy, harking back to his family's original literary traditions.
我们也参与了这个钓鱼台国宾馆的童装社，在做的过程当中呢，他们拿到了启功先生的8幅书法。我说的，如果说你们要挂起来，是不是能够我们换个思路，变成童书匾？我说这个以前是没有做过的，但是我认为我做得好。
For Zhu, the year 1998 was extremely productive. Combining bronze craft with his unique understanding of calligraphy, he transferred the flow of ink on paper to gleaming solid bronze, winning critical acclaim from the art community. And the family brand shined more brightly than ever. The next year, Zhu created the epic bronze mural featuring the Tang monk Xuanzang's journey to the west for the Big Wild Goose Pagoda in Xi'an, capital of northwest China's Shanxi province. Zhu experimented with the percentages of copper. The different oxidations enabled him to paint different colors and layers.
那么这幅铜壁画呢，当时就是采用了我自己创造的一个技艺。5000年来，我们的铜的艺术几乎是没有向前迈上一大步。所有我们现在重视的一些工艺啊、技艺啊，基本上还是老祖宗留下来一些东西。但是我们还是能够真正的把自己所做的东西能够展现给大家。
Zhu considers copper a material with infinite possibilities, also solid enough to stand the test of time. And he has taken his knowledge and artistic vision to restoring a masterpiece along West Lake in Hangzhou. The Leifeng Pagoda was first built in 976 AD. It's known throughout the country thanks to the popular folktale The Legend of the White Snake. In 1924, The pagoda collapsed after years of repeated lightning strikes and war damage. In the 2000s, restoration officially began, and Zhu was invited to be part of the team. He saw more than the original brick and wooden structure. By using copper, he wanted to restore Leifeng Pagoda to not just inspire, but endure.
我在想，就是我们已经在做规定铜的已经开始了，可以用铜做了。那么为什么我们雷锋它不能用铜做呢？是不是？雷锋它如果用铜做的话，它就是在中国的3400多座古塔里面就脱颖而出了。否则的话，它不过是1/3400了，没有它自己独特的这种文化在体现出来。
From the restoration aspect, a copper coating would significantly lower the risk from fire, thunder, and insects. And from the artistic aspect, there was much more. Instead of the usual red or turquoise of copper, Zhu saw an entire palette. After extensive research in archives and numerous trials and errors, Zhu was able to make his vision come true.
这里面就是运用了很多的不同的色彩的，除了氧化石以外，那么它其实还有涂层的色彩，就用涂料通过不同的配方上来调和以后，和这个铜的本色就金色相互叠加，在大气的这种侵蚀之下呢，它这个应该能够保存的时间是非常长的。
Zhu's colored copper sculpting technique had never been applied in construction and engineering field before. Experts had a lot of questions. Zhu didn't back down. By citing past examples of the use of bronze art in traditional structures, Zhu was finally able to convince the team, and the result was stunning. Zhu went on to create bronze architectural wonders in the following years. He restored other ancient structures, including the Golden Summit on Emei Mountain and Shanghai's Jing'an Temple. For Zhu, bronze can take any shape and present any color he can imagine. With his innovative vision and skillful techniques, the Bronze Age is once again palpable. 沈黎 CGTN